Lynn, you've hit mute again.
I deliberately muted myself because I'm wanting to still try to endeavour to make Alan Geoff the only speaker that we can.
Okay, seems to be recording. Are you ready for it? Lynn, you're on mute. Do you want us to just start? Yeah. Okay. So, where was I? So I posted this little spider on Facebook at the end of the last period just to remind everybody that there's more to retailing than catalogues. I think the bulk of our retail does come from catalogues. I know there are other people that do online only, but I just wanted to remind everyone that there are lots of other strings to your bow, and in order to get the most out of the catalogues, out of the products available, that you should be utilising as many of these as possible. So we're just going to run through them all. It's going to be roughly clockwise from the spider. Obviously, once I click off, you won't be able to see it. And like I said, we'll just run through them all. And like Lynn said, any questions at the end, make a note as we go through. Please feel free to ask. So, catalogues.
Okay, so catalogues. I think most of us conversant with blanket dropping. Most people have come from another business possibly, or if they may be new, they're probably shown by their sponsor. So blanket dropping, we have systems that we use. We go around 6 times. There are other systems out there where people do less or more, but we stick to 6 and it's always worked well for us. You need basic tools, but apart from your catalogues, you need a trolley of some kind, and then a map of the area is going to be vital, so you can see in advance where you're going to be going. You need a round book and a pencil. Pencil is ideal because you can use it in the wet. Use a pen on paper and it doesn't work. Okay, so we tend to use older catalogues for first time and second time round, because you will lose more on those times than any other time. So older catalogues would be, in Vivamk's case, Essentials 1, Beauty 1, anything else is going to be fairly generic. So use those alongside your main book. So Essentials 1 with a main book, and then Beauty 1 with a main book, but not both together to start with, because you'll lose more. So you always try and drop the same amount each week. You need to start, before you start, you need to decide how many books you're going to be putting out, and more is better than less. Ideally, a couple of hundred each time you go out. Anything less than that, you can't really expect to get many customers. You need to focus on the number of books that are going out. That is critical. It's no good saying, oh, I'll just get rid of everything I've got, or I'll get rid of some. All these kind of vague words are no good. You need to be specific about what you're doing. So say, for instance, you pick on 200 books. More is always going to be good, but if you say to pick in 200 books, you're putting out your books, you get to the end of the road and you've done 198. Don't say, oh, that'll do. Go find another couple of houses. Make sure you get every book out, because it could be that last book would be the one that get that nice big order. You just never know. Okay, so what is this? Going out. Going. What's that mean? If you already have a customer base, then blanket near where you're already going. So you've got a customer base in a certain part of town, and maybe you want to do some blanket dropping nearby, then that will, when you do your deliveries, you'll be able to tie those in with those existing routes. And that will make you more efficient and just make it easier to work out. As I said before, we always recommend a minimum 6 times round, and that gives you a chance to find all of the customers that are going to be there. And it also gives your potential customers the chance to find out how good you are. You can show people that you're persistent, consistent, that you always do what you're going to say you're going to do. So you say you're picking them up tomorrow, you pick them up tomorrow. You say you're going to pick up your stragglers the following day, that's what you've got to do. Do it any other time and you'll lose people's trust straight away. You can't cut corners if you want a solid, strong customer base, because nothing good ever came easy. So you've got to do it the long way, you've got to do it the hard way, do it in the rain, do it in the snow, high winds, whatever the weather's doing, you just got to go out. You put your books out, you say you're going back the next day, you've got a hailstorm, tough. Just dress properly, okay? So, yes, when you're going out with your books, so you're going to a new area, everybody gets a book. You get various messages on people's doors, no junk mail, all that kind of thing. Ignore them, because one person's junk is another person's interested thing through the door. You don't know what people like, and we have a lot of customers who have no junk mail signs on the door. If it specifically says no catalogues, well, no catalogues, that's kind of obvious really, but for the most part, stick with ignore all those little signs. Give them the most up-to-date catalogues you can, and fresh snappy bags, not creased, not holes, because obviously you want to keep the weather out. And it also, of course, it's your shop window, so keep it fresh, keep it interesting. Every time you go around, change the look of your book. Most customer base tend to be left for 3 or 4 days, and that's kind of ideal really. So Friday to Monday is fairly typical for most people. If you're going on holiday, you might want to change that around and maybe make it in the middle of the week, just so you can catch up with people and not miss them out. We tend to drop our catalogues early in the morning, and this gives the customers the longest time with the books. And also, there's an added advantage of there not being that much traffic around early. So you can park in the middle of the road, get your books out, get back in the car. You don't have to worry about parking. Okay?
Okay.
Next one.
Fantastic. Can I interrupt for one second? There's a few people have the microphone on. Could I ask if everybody could, I can hear background noise. If everybody could just make sure the mic's off. I'm really sorry to interrupt you folks, but there's a few mics on and I can hear them.
Right. Okay, tap and tell is a slightly different way of getting your books out. In general, we tend to stick with blanket dropping because you can get those out quickly. But if you don't have so much time, or if you don't have many books, or it's just the way you want to do it, you can use tap and tell. A bit like presenting, but this is a bit quicker. So you go to the door, you knock on the door. When the door opens, you hold the catalogue out to them and just say, "Hi, I'm Geoff from Vivamk. I'm just leaving you your catalogue." If they put their hand out, you put it out, and if they take it, great. And you just say, "If you can leave it outside for me tomorrow, then I don't need to disturb you when I pick it up." Most people will just take it from your hand. Some may just say, "No, thank you, not for me," which is fine because they're saving you time. So cross them off, don't go back, but at least they've helped you on your way and you can get further on. Okay.
Right. Retail boosters we've been using for years. The previous company introduced these, and basically we've just carried on with them. So it's a little slip inside the catalogue bag, just a little A6 size, and I just like spend £15 and get a bottle of something at a cheaper price. So it could be a bottle of Wipeout half price, or a bottle of window cleaner, or a bottle of whatever you fancy. And basically we worked out what the cost price was, rounded it up, and said that was what the price of the bottle was going to be. So it's up to the individual. You choose the spending amount, you choose the product, you choose how it works, but it's an incentive to get the customer to spend more, and they've been working for us for years. The retail all goes on your bottom line, so yes, it's sort of up to you whether you want to lose out that little bit on your profit, but the retail on your bottom line goes towards your bonus, so you'll kind of get it back in your bonus, if you see what I mean. Go on then.
Once there was a flyer with the previous company that was suggesting we ask people to spend £20 for reduced cost wipeout, I think it was. It may have even been free. Either way, it was £20, and we found that the amount of people going for the deal was far less than if it was £15. So we've always stuck with £15. It's much more attractive price, and we're not trying to get people to spend what might be too much. Okay.
Okay. I will say at this point that all bar one of the things on the Spider are things that we have actually tried ourselves. So they're all proven. We know they work, obviously to varying degrees, but we know that they all work. We've had success. We've got extra retail. So we're speaking from experience. Okay, so personal use is self-explanatory, and I'm sure most people will be trying out the products, various products, because of curiosity, if nothing else. If you're not, I'm not saying you have to, but it is useful so that when you're talking to customers about products or they ask you questions, they say, oh, what's this particular thing like? You can say firsthand, oh, yeah, I've tried that. That's really good, or something like that. Or my mum did, or my aunt did, or whatever. So you can give them personal information about using a particular product, which people really like. And they like it when you can say, yes, it works, or whatever your experience of it is. Recommending the products to friends and family, you get extra retail that way. It's simple. Just, if your friend or something's got a particular need, like my friend's got an 18-month-old baby, I bought her some of the bath crayons as a present. She's gone and ordered some more because those ones have run out and they really, really like them, so she wants some more. I didn't know she was going to reorder, but hey, we got an extra order from it. Okay, customer drops, you want to do those?
Okay, old customer drops. Some might say they were old people, but ex-customer drops. This is something we've done from time to time. Got the idea from someone else in the previous company who did a little training, and he said basically when you're going along putting your books out, say for instance on the customer base, but we're driving along and we've all done this. You go, oh, didn't those people down the corner there, didn't they used to order? So I'll give them a catalogue. And the people over there, they used to order as well, so I'll give them one as well. And as you go down, if you've got an old customer base, there'll be people that will have come and gone. So the people that you remember, just put them another book. It might be that they moved or died, but there could be somebody new in there. But we have found, strangely, that houses seem to be where their order comes from, not so much the customer. So whether they've moved out or not doesn't seem to matter sometimes. So you can get an extra order or two here and there, and of course those people can go straight back onto your customer base. We know that they've ordered from a catalogue at some point. Doesn't have to have been this one, but if they're that kind of person, then they quite likely might be interested in this as well. Okay.
Okay, taster catalogues. Okay, we're limited on old catalogues at the moment. There basically is only one catalogue that's being turned off. But this is a great way of using old catalogues. So if you do have any stuffed in a box in a cupboard somewhere left over, stick a little label on them that basically says taster catalogue. To see the current catalogue, look at the website, or give me a call to request a catalogue if you see one. Because there are little people out there that don't have the internet. And basically you get a phone call saying, yes, I'd like to see a current catalogue. And so instead of chucking the catalogues in your blue bin or taking them down the recycling, it's just, just bunnying them through doors. So I did our local road. So our road, the estate we live on has been blanket dropped in the past, but we don't have any plans to redo it. So I just went round the local roads with our old books just to, get rid of them basically, rather than have them sitting in the house doing nothing. So it gets the name out there, it gets people having a flick through, and even if they don't call us and ask for a current one, they've handled a book, they've seen the brand, and it's getting the name out there, getting people familiar with Vivamk. So free samples. I know this has appeared in the Facebook group, but we have been doing this. And basically you order the samples off the ordering site. They're in the sales aid section. There's about half a dozen or so to choose from. I found it in the catalogue, so I got a picture of the product and I put it on a little piece of paper, stapled it to the sachet so that it said which catalogue it's in, what page number, the price, the ordering code, a little picture of what the full-size thing looks like. So we did it with the Olay body butter and CK body butter, so a picture of the jar, the tube. And if you want to, you could put one in every catalogue when they're going out to your customer base. Idea is that they try the product while they've got the catalogue and they go, this is lovely, and then they order one and you get all the orders when you pick up. Or if you put them in with your deliveries, so there'll be fewer going out. If cost is an issue, then you'll be spending a little less. And then on the little slip I've got call me to order or put it on your next order. And so the theory is then that they get the delivery, they've got the little sachet in there, they've got 2-3 weeks to try it out, and then they get to order it next time the catalogue goes around. And we know people love getting little things inside the bag, so when we do little chocolates for Christmas, that kind of thing, people always say, oh, something nice in my bag. So I do tell people that it's in there while I'm at the door doing the delivery. Some people I'll tell them exactly what it is if I've got that rapport and the conversation's going well, or some people I'll just say, well, there's a little something in your bag, go and have a look, go and find it. So yes, free samples. So yes, it costs you a little something, but the idea is that they will order, sorry, tripping over my tongue, order the full-size product later on when they really like it. Selling online. I am not a massive online seller. We do, and it does bump up the retail that we get from the catalogues. Last month was my best Vivamk online month so far. I'm obviously looking to build on that. There are lots of different websites out there. Some of them I've used, some of them I haven't, but I know other people have. I find Facebook Marketplace, for one, is a great way of getting rid of returns. So if you've had something come back, it's the wrong size, the wrong colour, that kind of thing, and it's a perfectly good item, it's not being used, it's good condition. If you put it on Facebook, sell it locally, you can either deliver it or someone comes to you to collect it, and you don't have to send it back to the company and get the money off your bottom line, your sales. So I've been doing that for ages, before selling online became a thing, and I kept it quiet because we weren't supposed to be. But then once direct dispatch was brought in, that is a fantastic way of just selling anything and everything from the catalogue, basically, and you don't have to keep the stock in the house. It's brilliant. So if you aren't selling online, if you're a bit nervous, I would just say have a go. Facebook, I would probably say, is an easy way to start if you just did 1 or 2 things. Don't put your toe in the water. If you're already selling online a lot, then fantastic. And like I said, I know it is a great way to sell products. Okay, friends and family packs. Basic idea is that you talk to one of your customers and you give them, say, 5 or 6 catalogue packs, depending on sort of how many they want. They then distribute them amongst their friends and family. It's up to you what sort of orders you want out of it. So you could say to your customer, okay, you give me £100 worth of orders, I'll give you 10% off your next order. Or it could be 150, it could be £15. It's completely up to you, sort of what you want it to be. So the customer then goes off with their catalogue packs, their friends and family. They're getting together their target worth of orders, knowing that they're going to get a freebie at the end of it. So it might even just be a particular product. If you find out that they want a particular thing in the catalogue, say, okay, you have that product free if you go and do X, Y, and Z. It's little effort for you because you're still only going to the one door. You order the goods in and then you deliver them back to that one door. The freebie for your customer is coming out of the profit you're making, but again, you factor that in, but it's the bulk order that goes towards your bonus that we're focusing on. And the customer gets you a whole bunch of orders from their friends and family, and if they live locally and want their own catalogues, then you can put them onto your customer base as well, and you've got the potential future orders there. Okay. Doorstep demos. I'm sure we've probably all heard of these, but it isn't just for Christmas. You can do doorstep demos all year round. So we are going to be, or I think more Geoff is going to be demoing something from the new outdoor catalogue. to bump up our retail in June. So pick something that you like, and then you can talk about it with genuine enthusiasm. You can speak from the heart. You tell the customer why you like it. Explain its benefits, its features. It lights up. It does this. It's handmade. It's fairly traded. All those other kind of things that people like to hear about. Give it to your customers to hold and to handle the iBuys, and this is going to be an impulse buy while you're on the doorstep. So you do the delivery, you do the business bit first, you get the money and all that, and then after that, when you're having that little bit of chit chat, that's when you bring it up and you can say, oh, have a look at this, I really like it, I just wanted to show you, this is from the new catalogue. If your catalogue hasn't got to that person yet, you've just put the catalogues out and these are deliveries from last week, for example, then you're introducing them to the new catalogue as well. Or it might be they just haven't had a chance to look through it. So the new catalogue, I really like it, and that kind of thing. Not everyone's going to say yes. It's just like blanket dropping, basically. But from the people that you do talk to, you will get sales. Competitions is a bit different. Yes, these work online, but you can do them in your catalogues as well. So, for example, Mrs. Huckleberry ran, she's run 2 or 3 recently on Facebook. So if you've got a Facebook page, then you can do this. So you have to like the post, share the post, and make some kind of comment on the post as well. And we actually won this one, which she knocked me down with a feather. So I got my free goodies through the post on Tuesday. So it does work. First-hand experience, it does work. But with catalogues, with the online, basically, you could just kind of copy and paste one that's already out there. Obviously, edit it to suit you, to suit your page, with whatever free gift it is you want to give. But that's a basic format, and I have used that with our Facebook page. With catalogues, again, we put a little slip in the back of the catalogue that just said every order that we pick up this week will go into a draw. So we got the orders in on the Monday, we put everything into a bowl, fished around, pulled one out. That person got £5 voucher off their next order, and we did a second prize of just a free gift or something. And that doesn't have to be expensive. You can get a car chocolate for £1, for example. Or it could be a product from the catalogue. That's completely up to you. But the idea is that it's supposed to make people order. We also put a little caveat on our slip that said all orders that were picked up on Monday would get put into the draw. So if there were any stragglers, we didn't include them, and the idea is that we would get more people putting their books out and we'd have fewer stragglers, and that kind of worked too. And people love getting free stuff, so when you go and do your delivery and you tell the winner, oh look, you won, here's your voucher. And we did print out little vouchers as well, nothing fancy. I'm not fancy on the computer, but telling someone they've won something, the sort of smiley look on their face was always good. Okay, branding. The obvious thing with branding is wearing a t-shirt, wearing a baseball cap, having magnets on your car, window clings, all that stuff. That's the obvious thing, so people can see the logo, they can see the name, they can get used to seeing it around. But it also extends to you and your catalogue, so your retailing slips. So the little slip that goes in the catalogue to say when you're picking it up, the little slip you use for missed catalogues or delivery slips, all that kind of thing. If you use the same font size, the same the logo in the same place, making everything look the same, people will get used to your brand, your look. But it's also you. You need to be regular and reliable. It's your reputation, and you need to build that. So you do need to do things when you say you're going to do them. Like Geoff was saying earlier, pick your catalogues up on the day you're going to, deliver your orders when you say you're going to. You need to be reliable, keep to your word, and that's what people will remember. So that's as much branding as the logo is, and that's really, really important, because anyone can walk down the street in a Vivamk t-shirt putting out Vivamk catalogues, but if you do it better than the other person, people will remember that, and that's what will get you the repeat orders. Okay, we know that you need to know your why. Everyone says, well, you need to know your why, your goal, whether it's holiday, to pay the bills, all that kind of stuff. But you also need to want to do it. You've got to want to get out there with the catalogues, like Geoff said, in the pouring rain and the snow and the wind and the hail. You've got to want to actually go out and do it. So your why has to be big enough and important enough, but your want has also got to be pretty big too. And that's kind of it. That's the retail bit, and we haven't even touched on planning and tracking and all the other stuff that goes with it. So. Oh, Lynn, you're on mute.
Is that you two finished?
Yeah.
If you want to stop sharing the screen so we can all give a big round of applause.
The red bit.
There we go.
Put it on, and I might not be able to do this gallery view. Take yourself off mute. I think that was brilliant. Thanks very much. Take yourselves off mute for a minute. That's brilliant. I'm trying to find where they are on the screen. After one, I've got a couple of questions, but I'm not going to be selfish. So first, anybody, that was brilliant, by the way. I have to say, it was really, really good. I can see where you're stepping over the edge, but anybody got any questions? Because I've been talking all night. Any questions?
Can you read that story?
Who commented there? Any questions? Shout out. Is that your hand up, Fiona? No. Right, Kate and Louise both had questions, but I think Louise's was more connected to the online side, wasn't it? So
a couple of them have actually been covered.
okay.
Which is what I thought anyway, actually, after I wrote them down.
Let's talk about what we like. The first thing that I really, really loved, and maybe some of you have done it before, was these books where you just put pictures on it. You just the old books, because I've got a bunch sitting here and I'm trying to decide whether to put them out as a proper blanket drop or, just try to decide what to do with them. And I think that's a really great idea. Well, what's on it? What do you put on it again?
Sorry?
On your sticker that you put on with the ones that you just blanket drop.
Yeah.
Refused to admit that she was alive.
Let me go and find one for you.
Somebody got the TV on in the background. Could you put it on?
Now that she knows that I will do anything.
Put the TV on. Let me find you.
Oh, yeah.
Hiya, Frank.
Lynn?
Here, brothers. Hiya, Janet. Nice to meet you.
Lynn?
Yes.
While they're going to look for it, I've just written a comment. Could we have some nicer attire, because it's a bit boring, the t-shirt. It's a bit dull.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Sorry, what's dull?
Is that the sticker that you put on?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can mute all. You might mute.
No, I'm going to be.
Could you mute all, because you're still the host, and then if somebody speaks.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, someone's got the television on, which I can hear.
Yeah, and it's really distracting, and I think they might feel.
How do I mute?
It's okay. I can't do the same because Ali's the host. If you go down to participants at the bottom,
manage.
click on it, and you will see a button that says mute all. And then if anybody wants
Yep.
to unmute themselves.
Yep, done it.
Like that. So I think it does make it easier, because I missed what you were saying there.
Which bit?
The bit when you were showing us that, was that the flyer that you put into the catalogue, or the
That's the sticker that goes on the front. I thought you said that's what you wanted. So I know it's backwards.
It was what I wanted. It was just the background was distracting.
I can send you this.
That would be amazing if you could. Obviously, we'll change the word in a wee bits, but I think that's a great idea. Love that idea.
It's just printed on this. The stickers I get from Ryman's. The other stationers obviously will do them. 21 stickers on a sheet, and just print them off, stick them on. Sorry, somebody the chat was distracting me there. Anybody else got another question before I ask mine?
Then,
I'll talk about. Yeah. Hi, Nicola.
It's not a question. I just think the T-shirts are really dull and they don't stand out. So could we have some nicer looking attire?
Are you talking about our T-shirts or the ones from Viva itself?
The ones from Vivamk.
With the big V and all the little logos?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are some people, speak to Barney's print shop, because I'm pretty sure Barney's, Tracy might confirm this, because you know this well. I'm pretty sure Barney's, you can actually send them the T-shirt you want and they'll print it for you.
Yeah, Barney's are pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Tracy?
This is a Barney's one.
They're pretty amazing. Anything you want, you put over your design. They are so helpful.
I think they are doing, if you just send them a polo shirt, 'cause I like pink and blue, and I'm not a black person.
Yeah, blue's my colour.
Can we have any colour then?
Pardon?
Can we have any colour? I thought we had to have all the same.
Well, the original ones were black, but what I'm saying, what's advanced from there is people like Barney's. If you want a different colour, you can just send them the T-shirt. But maybe after this message, I'll approach them about it and see what they can do about supplying them. Because some people love black. My best friend loves black. I like bright colours. So, but that can be sorted. Whoever asking that question.
It's Nicola. Right, thank you.
Another thing I was thinking about when you were talking, Ali and Geoff, you were saying about when you show a product, it just suddenly came into my head there that we're using a lot of like product videos. So you could actually show your customer, here's a stain video, here's a smartness remover video, here's it, you know, and that's just into my head. I don't know if anybody's using that at the minute. How you sharing? Anybody doing that? Well, I'm going to give it a try then. I know that Jackie Ellis does. Jackie Ellis does a lot of, not just Jackie, but Jackie's name springs to mind. She shows them photo galleries as well before we had as many products. But
no, she sets it up on her phone and gets Steve to go out with it.
Good one.
Well, Ali sets it up and gets Geoff, so it's quite similar. No, I'm kidding.
The reason is that Steve is a bit of a techno failure, I suppose. Really, he's not listening, so he doesn't know. So I just say, just show your camera pictures, and I just send them to him on Messenger. But it works. It's got some good sales.
Definitely. Jane, anybody else got a question? Jane, anybody want to ask or comment? It doesn't have to be a question. It could just be thanks very much. She's done wonderful. Yes.
I've got a question.
Well, wait a minute. Will you go to speak first, Jane?
No, let Kate go.
Oh, that's fine. I would just like to, first of all, thank Geoff and Ali very much for that fantastic training. That was absolutely brilliant. But I think everybody in the current climate of trying to develop new customer bases, some people weren't in Clean Easy before, a lot of us were, we've all got established customer bases, but for people that don't, that are doing a lot of blanket dropping through necessity, please could you give us your best tip for getting blanket drop potential customers to open the catalogue, assuming that you're not tapping and telling, which you've said you don't do a lot of. So on the blanket drop, what's your best tip to get the customer to open the book?
Yeah, I agree.
Every time we go around, we make the book look different. And we have retail boosters flipped in. Apart from that, it's just sheer numbers.
Yep.
Now that's interesting, isn't it? Because that's slightly different to what we did in the old business. It's make it all look the same, but a few.
Yeah, we always made them look different in the old business too.
Yeah.
Did you really? That's very interesting.
That's just the next time round.
Yeah. So the first time we do a road, they get the new beginnings and the basics. The next time we do that same road, the second time around on that road, they'll get the new beginnings, the basics, and one of the old books, so like the Essentials one or the Beauty one. like we said, you're going to lose some, so we'll lose the oldest books. And the third time we go around, they'll get the new beginnings, the basics, and a different old book. And we just build it up from there, so they get something different on the front of the catalogue every time we go around. So yeah, okay, the new beginnings came in each one, but it's going to look different every time. And the retail booster slips, and like I said, it's always numbers. But then numbers applies to anything that I've talked about. It's always going to be numbers.
It definitely does. That is interesting. Hi, Ram. Didn't see you there. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
It's good.
Oh, wow.
It's just quite interesting that Ali's. The reason I actually brought you in, not that I wouldn't have said hi, is we have been chatting about this, that we have to look at the difference between Clunesia and Vivamk and find other ways of doing it. And it's just ironic that we've always said keep that book the same, whereas now some people are opening products, opening the book at a certain product and lots of different things. Well, what's your comments on it, Ram? Because I know we've been talking about quite a lot. What else?
I can't give anything away because we put a post out this morning, which a lot of people will have seen.
What was that?
The 6 of the best. People need to read it, and it's the whole idea is obviously, and going on what Ali and Geoff said, it's more about people that are brand new. So obviously what Katie was asking, that we're looking, which you know about, Lynn, we're looking about setting a blueprint of how a new person can get going with all ideas that some have done, some haven't done, and some brand new ones. But that cannot be revealed until we get what we need on there, and basically everybody helping each other. Because
we are working on a blueprint.
Part of the business you're in, we're all in this, and we all need to be united.
Yeah, and it's funny, before you came on, this is basically what we were all saying, like how amazing it is that everybody is working together as a team, united. We've all got amazing ideas that work, everything works, we just want more people doing it. What was your best tip? Did I get that best tip? Did you say to get a new person to open it? Do you think it's the samples? Is it just changing it every week? Is it just a bit of everything that you've done in the training, Ali and Geoff?
Personally, I wouldn't put samples in the blanket dropping because you're not going to get more back. It's cost mainly, I think. So yeah, I'd say just making it look different every time and some kind of incentive in there to get them to open it, have a look, and yeah, numbers. It's always going to be you're going to get more catalogs.
And you always go back when you say you will. Even in those early days, that's when it really counts. And if you were to, this is an example. We had a car accident in February, and there was a pickup that we didn't get back to the following day. And even though there's just that one time, we had comments, and we really couldn't get there. So that was the first time, I think, in almost 10 years that we haven't been able to pick up a drop we did the previous day.
Some people don't realise how important that is, Geoff, do they?
People don't realise, and they also don't realise that if they put out 30 books, they're expecting to get something back. You've got to accept that you're going to lose books. Anybody who's going to be blanket dropping, you're going to lose books, and you have to accept and be prepared to replace them. So if you're going to be putting out 200 books every week, you've got to make sure in advance that they're going to be there. So there's no good saying, I'm going to put out 200 books, I'm going to put them all up tomorrow, and then I'll get them out again next time. You can be pretty sure if you put out 200, pick up about 130 or thereabouts, and when you go back to the stragglers, you'll pick up half. So then you're going to be about 30 or 40 books down. So you need to be making sure that you're getting at least 50 books in every week to keep that running.
Can I ask a question?
I'm pretty sure everybody else heard that, but my dog's barking, so I've just picked it up.
I was just going to say, no dogs were harmed in the making of this video.
It's actually Mummy that's misbehaving tonight. It's normally the daughter that misbehaves.
I think Joe's got her hand up, and I think Jane had her hand up as well.
Yes, she did. Thank you, Ali. Thank you.
It was me. I was going to ask, how many books do you work with every week? How big's your customer base anyway?
Yeah, okay. Well, the blanket's easy. We drop 400 minimum every week. So yesterday we dropped 427 just because it very neatly came to the end of a road. But minimum of 400. Right, customer bases,
average. I suppose about 120 or 30 up to, we just now put a new one together, and that's just shy of 200 doors.
Excellent. Thank you.
It's brilliant. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm really sorry if I'm hogging it, but you've all got the opportunity to ask questions.
Nicola had her hand up.
And I'm just getting right in there. The other thing is, we have people, same as yourself, who are doing door-to-door demonstrations successfully. Janet Lyle, Tracy, Jackie. I don't know if I've missed anybody. I do apologise. Most people are doing a little bit, but some are doing a lot of it. I mean, how do you get that message out? How do we get confidence to the people who actually do it?
I think if someone's nervous,
you're all confident.
well, I'm not confident. I'll be completely honest on that. That's why Geoff's doing the demos. But I have done them, and I think you've just got to, even if you're nervous, just just go for it. Basically, the first time you're probably going to stumble across your words and maybe make a mess of it, but if it's your customer base and you know the person, that'll obviously make it easier. Some people are easier to talk to than others. So pick someone you know quite well, someone who's nice to start with, make it easy. But confidence comes with practice. Confidence comes with just doing something over and over. So it's just going to have to be bite the bullet and go for it.
Move from there to there. So it's basically feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Or
but
if
that one a particular one.
Thanks.
What did you say?
I said if you've got another half, get him to do it.
Oh, if you've got another half, who's braver.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been in direct sales. I know Janet was in direct sales. Some things like that, it can be easy for people. But on the other hand, I remember Jane White, when she started with her last business, you know, she used to hold the catalogue like this. You know, I don't suppose you want a catalogue. She was doing that. So not everybody's used to doing sales, so there's that doorstep presentation, me personally, is something that I would like to push more. Because I don't know, Janet's there, but we're on 2 pages. Are you still there, Janet? Because she's going to Spain tomorrow. Janet, just very briefly, and I'm really sorry that we can't see everybody because we're on 2, but very briefly, it's been very successful for you, because just give a quick list of all the different things you demonstrate, and maybe the men won't want to do all of them.
Well, the spring cleaning kit's gone down a storm. Sold absolutely loads of those on the doorstep. Wearing the jewellery and wearing the nail varnish works a treat. Take a bottle of clear nail varnish out with you and actually paint the customer's nail. Just do one nail with the clear nail varnish. And while you're talking to them, they can then sort of like realise how quick and easy it is to dry and how easy it is to apply, and people love it. I got a message from a lady the other day to say that she's now got her sandals out and she's put the stuff on her toenails, and she said, I don't normally get excited about nail varnish, but it's great. And it's stupid little things like that. Like you were saying earlier, use the products, know what they're like, you can recommend them. If you're not using them, it's very difficult to recommend them. When you're doing a doorstep demo, do something, like you said, that people like, or you like, so that you can sell it.
Excellent. And Janet, I will say, has sold quite a few doorbells, because what she does, is if the doorbell doesn't work, she goes to the car and she brings a doorbell and she usually sells it. What's your hit rate on selling that doorbell?
Geoff did that the other day, and he got the he was speaking to the wife. The husband went and plugged it in inside the house, and the wife tried the bell, and she bought it there and then.
Janet now keeps one in her car because it worked. It worked the first time she done it, so she keeps it in her car. Tracy, quite a lot of demonstrations. Anything you want to add to? Because I do feel that this is a really strong way for, especially our blanket top people, to up that initial selling figure from the catalogue side of the business.
Yeah. It's, for me, it's always been when I'm delivering a product, because and I get that out of the way before I start.
Yeah.
And I'm all about extra sales. When I'm already at the doorstep delivering their order, I've then got the opportunity to sell them something else and go back. And that works an absolute treat. I can sell 100 of something, literally.
These ladies have done, Janet and Tracy did quite a lot of the doorstep presentation. Oh, I have more questions, Ali and Geoff, but I can't remember them. Anybody else anymore?
Nicola's got a hand up again.
I've seen Louise doing this with a pen for a while, so can I let Louise go first and then we'll catch you second, Nicola? Is that okay?
Okay.
I just wanted to ask, I know you said you don't do much online compared to obviously your catalogues, but I was just interested to know, where do you find you're getting most of your online sales from? Is it your group, or is it marketplace, or is it individual selling groups on Facebook? What you actually finding successful?
What would that answer?
I only use Facebook for returns. I don't. I've been stung a few times on Facebook by ordering things in, it's not being collected, it's not being paid for. So I do eBay for new products, direct dispatch, and I use Facebook for selling returns.
Right. Thank you.
Well, that's a bit, we use Facebook a lot for selling and parties and stuff like that. But there was a question that you said, that I remembered now, you said that last month was your best month online.
Yeah.
Was that on Facebook or eBay or?
No, that was eBay, yeah.
That was eBay. And does eBay, I hope you don't mind me asking so bluntly, but is it profitable enough for new people, or do you really want it to help you hit that bottom line?
I've always used eBay as a way of bumping up the retail to get bonus. So I know that the fees and all the fees are going to come out of the profit. Obviously the customer pays for postage, so you don't have to worry about that, but your profit is going to pay for the eBay fees and the PayPal fees. Obviously you keep what's left, but yeah, it's all bottom line towards the bonus. It's just a way of
less profit. Sorry, somebody spoke. I just qualify, less profit, but worth it for the bottom line. Who's
yeah.
Somebody spoke. It was a man's voice, but Nicola was asking first, so I see your hand up there.
Tracy's waving now.
Yeah, Nicola was next.
Right, what I wanted to say was that I leave my pack for 2 days. I've got a prominent day collection slip in it.
Is this blanket drop?
No, it's everything, because I'll either knock on the door and ask them if they want one, and I'll say I'll come back in 2 days, and it's the same slip whether I'm doing a blanket drop or not.
Okay.
When I go back after 2 days, quite a few people say, oh, I haven't had a chance to look yet. And I say, well, I'll come back tomorrow, or even in 2 days' time, whichever day I pick. I say, right, can you leave it outside for me if you aren't in? And they say yes, but then they still don't leave it in. So then I've got to leave another note.
Right.
Is 2 days the best length of time?
No. We've always, our blanket drop right from day one has always been overnight.
Really?
With the idea that most of them aren't going to be looked at, most of them won't be ordered from, so you get them back quickly, you get them out again. So when we were blanket dropping really, really heavily, we were putting out 400 first thing, then picking up the previous day's 400, turning them around in the evening, putting them out the next morning. That way.
That's a blanket drop, though.
That was blanket drop, yeah.
That's a blanket drop. I mean, I will say that there's quite a lot of people agree with that, Ali. You know, get them in and out really quickly because it's just a blanket drop. I generally leave them for the couple of days, but I don't think it. You know, I think you're right. I think what you're saying is probably more right than 2 days. But to just let Nicola know, it is quite normal. Sometimes you can slip somebody, you know, twice, and then they give you an order. Suddenly you get an order. So if whoever your upline sponsor is, they'll tell you what the system is. But it's normally we have. And then, sorry I missed you. If you'd like to order, here's the number.
Yeah, the thing is that I've done it.
Sorry.
I just finished. I've done Avon for 16 years, and my customers, quite often they know that I don't mind how long they keep the Avon book. So because of that, they think they can keep the Vivamk packs as long.
They're completely different.
Yeah, they don't understand the companies work differently then.
I know, and I've said to them, you know, you can't keep it as long because the Avon books are just used for one campaign, and then these are used for 2 or 3 months. So I need to get them back in quicker.
You need to get them retrained, Nicola.
No, that's the thing.
But you've got your experience for the catalogue side, but it's perfectly normal. I've caught you there to have that callback slips. But
the problem, though, the main problem is that my Avon customers are the ones I went to first before I did any other people, because I thought they're more likely to give me an order because they know me.
Yeah,
but they're all saying the products are too expensive, and that's what I'm finding time and again, and it's putting them off having another book. Because I've just given out the new ones, and I'm trying to promote the fairy gardens and everything, and they're saying, oh no, it's not the sort of thing I'm interested in. But even looking through the books, they're saying, oh no, it's cheaper in pound shops, you know, because we've got a lot of pound shops where I live. And obviously,
sorry to keep you hanging on, Tracy, but I have to attack that one. It's the way that this business works is all through customer relationships, customers' loyalty, and you know the fact that they can get hundreds of different things in the one book. We've never been the cheapest. We'll never, you know. I actually googled astonished paste, and if you don't believe me, do this. We used to sell it for £2-3, and it's selling on eBay at £70 odd. Astonished paste, I said it's 69, keep it 89. So prices are going to vary. So it's not, it may not be for them. So my thoughts would be just find more Viva type customers.
Can I just reply to Nicola as well there a second? One of my ladies has got a fairy garden already in her garden, and she said, when I told her that the new catalogue had actually got some fairy stuff in, she says, can you make sure you bring me a catalogue round straight away? I picked that catalogue up today, and I've got a £41 order from her.
Brilliant. Well, actually, I've ordered a fairy house today so that I can take it round with me when I do my deliveries and show people. And even when I'm collecting the catalogues, I can show them the quality and the size, because I don't really know what it looks like myself. I also ordered the jute bags, one of the lunch bags and one of the shopping bags, so I can take those round with me. But the thing is that somebody said to me that he liked the fairy garden. He was going to do one for his children, but he said, you haven't got a fairy in there. So I said, well, you can get a fairy from somewhere else.
But we just send a wee email to Sarah Ward. I'm pretty sure we can get fairies on offer somewhere, because that's a very good point. Very good point. Tracy, you were wanting to say something. Thanks, it's valid information there, Nicola.
Yeah,
well, I've forgotten what I was going to say, and then this thing about blanket drop came up, and what I do is I do 2 days on a blanket drop. My customers get longer, but a blanket drop is 2 days. But what I do is, as I've gone round and delivered, I walk back over the route and catch what's outside, and I also do that the very next day.
Yeah, I've done that.
Deliver them. Those books are then getting used, and there's less chance of them getting lost because you're going back 2 days later. And I've completely forgotten what my hand was originally up for.
I'll come back to you. Anybody else? Louise, did you get your question answered?
Yeah, that's fine.
I've got a wee bit of a bad memory. I'm not going to say.
Oh, it was eBay.
eBay.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I've not done any eBay at the moment, but I used to do eBay with the previous company, and I used eBay religiously, and I've always charged postage, and I put the extra on top of the product, and it's not a problem. The people that want to buy will buy, and your sales are covered.
That's a good point. I think it's something we'll explore. We're all looking into it anyway, aren't we? Sharon, I'm not saying anything for a specific reason to you, and you know what it is. Should I just announce it now, even though we've not got the date? Our next trainer is the lovely Sharon. Just so you English guys get the name right, Sharon Davis, who is also in the top 10 retailing. I think the date we decided was 2 weeks from tonight. Is that right? You're allowed to unmute yourself. But I didn't want to. I deliberately am asking Sharon questions tonight and contributing because she's going to be doing a training in 2 weeks' time. Want to say anything on your results so far? Because you're doing pretty well with your retailing. You're in the top 10. Number 4, 3? Can't remember.
No, was it 7? 7? 7, I think.
Well, you can also get new people to sell, which is also like new people getting results from blanket drops and results from the catalogues, etc., which excites me as well.
Can I just say this is a really good idea, to have everybody from different areas to come together and say what they find in their area.
Thank you, Nicola. I think it is because it's different. Some areas, you know, get different results. We find that the Irish have always got better results for their catalogue, without a doubt. And I don't know what it is like now, but it's it can vary from area to area. But what's never changed is no matter what your results are, you just have to learn what your statistics are. You know, what you have to do to get that customers, if you have to work a little bit harder because your results are a bit lower, eventually once you get the customers you want, you know what I mean? And also that's the other reason we're doing the spider. I was there, Geoff and Ali's spider. I keep going on about it, but I love it. The fact it's called the money spider, and all these different ways on that money spider that we can move the product that we know works, and we just need to get out there. So the best way to do it is share it with as many people as possible. If you're getting success stories on anything that Ali and Geoff's talked about tonight, or Janet and anybody else has mentioned, please share them on the official groups. We need the success stories coming through, because they put the trainings out, but people don't always try it. Sometimes it's the 7th time they hear it before they try it. You know that 7-time theory. But I'm excited about these, and I really want to say thank you so much, Ali and Geoff, because it's not just the webinar. They had a lot of communication. They're willing to do absolutely anything to help. The one thing I will finish on saying, I do notice they do a lot of goal setting if you watch the official book, which I think is paramount, but we don't have time to, everybody will fall asleep if I keep going on too long. And Sharon, do you want to say anything? Because you took your mic off and then I started to talk as usual.
No, just I'm looking forward to sharing sort of probably 2 of my most successful activities in more detail. Looking forward to it. And
maybe sharing a wee bit, because I know you have got new people out there getting stories. Do you know what I mean? Which, you know, that means that you're, you know, they're either hanging in tough or there's something that you're doing that's helping. So I'm looking forward. Don't give anything away tonight. They have to tune in 2 weeks' time. Anybody else at all want to ask anything before we go? Angela?
Just in reply to what Nicola was saying about, you know, people say, oh, I can get it cheaper at the pound shop. I saw a thing on Facebook the other day that had a picture of a broken item, and it was saying buy cheaper, but then they break quicker, they have to be replaced. And there are so many things that we can say, you know, to the customers. We're bringing it to them ourselves. We're giving them, you know, personal service with a smile. We're giving them stuff that can be returned. You know, there's
return easily without leaving their house.
Yeah. Pardon?
I'm saying returned easily. They don't even need to leave their house to go back to the shop. I'll see you in a wee minute there, Janet. Just wanted to add to that, and now I forgot what it is. Also, all these big shops, it's bankrupt stock. So they're not going to have all our products cheaper. They're going to have bankrupt stock. Yeah. Or possibly they had some cleaners in bankrupt stock at one time. Jane, sorry.
Yeah, I suppose approach maybe from a different angle. I never buy in Next. I can't remember the last time I bought anything in Next. But Next is not one of the shops that's closing branches down, because what Next do is look for the customers who do go in and buy products. And I think really that simplifies what we need to do. Look for the ones that want to buy, and the ones that don't. That's fine.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you. Everybody happy? No more questions?
Yep. Can I also say as well that every single time I go out with delivery or picking up catalogues, I get asked all the time, have you got this in the book? Have you got that in the book? Have you got the next thing in the book? I always take a note of that. I always pass it on to Sarah what the customers are asking for. But at the same time, I would never ever say no, I can't get you that. No, I can't get you that. Of course we can. We all had to learn when we didn't have a business this time last year. Before Viva started, we all had to learn to source products elsewhere to try and make a living, to try and keep the customers happy on board. Yeah. Go and find it for them, but tell the company the customers are asking for this, the customers are asking for that, because that was the basis of the basics book that came out just after the showcase. because Sarah was actively asking what our customers wanted, and we told them. So and I'm telling people that we use a newsletter now. We always say to the customers, ask us for what you want. We'll try and fulfill it for you. One way or the other, we'll be able to get you that product, and that's what keeps the customers on board. If you look after your customers look after you, and that's
100%.
I agree with that. The only thing I said, I don't feel we need any more products. I think what they need to do is get the ones that are selling or not selling and replace them with the ones that are, you know, that the customers are asking. But I think it's so far so good. There has been a lot of products I've seen appearing that we're asking for. So really happy with that. Listen, this will go on all night, which is really exciting. But I don't want people to say I'm not going on the next webinar because she was on till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock or whatever. So what I'm going to say, final thank you on everybody, just to give Geoff and Ali a big thank you. This will be on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I've not got the box of chocolates to give you now, but I'll buy you a wee sweetie when I meet you in Birmingham. So I'll see back again next Wednesday, but in 2 weeks we've got the wonderful Sharon Davis that will be getting there. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And Ali and Geoff, as you are still the host, you're the one that has to end the meeting.
How do I do that?
You're not doing it, that's fine. You keep chatting all night, folks. I can't get my mouse to work. No, thanks very much, everybody. We'll see
thanks, guys.
you.